Your limitation is not louder than your calling. Forget the limitation and begin to speak the truth. Hey, everybody. My name is Dr. Martin Williams, and I help purpose-driven leaders discover, develop, and deploy their divine assignment so that they can reign in life without losing themselves. I've seen leaders lose their influence, not because they lack intelligence, but because they have lost their voice. They're no longer speaking. They're no longer communicating what's really in their head, their heart, and in their hands. So as we start talking about your voice, we also have to remember that silence only happens because there's fear. We have the silence of fear that can manipulate our lives. And we have this fear which keeps us silent. We don't know about the outcome, so we'd rather not say anything. We're not sure how this works. We might be embarrassed about saying things. So when we have fear, we become silent. Insecurity silences authority. Write it down. Write it down. Your insecurity can put your authority under. It silences it in an amazing way. I love it when God was talking to Moses, and he was one of my best examples. He was talking to Moses and he's saying, I want you to go and talk to Pharaoh. I want you to go and talk to him. And for so long, Moses, like you, like me, had a lot of excuses. I don't know what to say. I'll have all these issues in my life. Remember, I did murder a man. I should not have done that, right? And then finally, he says out loud, I don't have a great voice. I have this issue. I'm not eloquent. I stutter. My voice doesn't sound good. We're not sure exactly what that was, but he had some impediment with his voice, right? He wasn't arguing about the mission. He was arguing about his mouth. And many of us, we argue about our mouth. People would ask me years ago, do you ever listen to your own teachings? I said, oh, I don't even like to hear my voice, right? But now I have to listen. I have to listen about what I say, how I say it, body language. And now I'm no longer afraid to talk because I know I have a voice. I may not have a voice that leads your life, but my voice has to be present to lead my life. And when you become insecure, you stop talking. So what did Creator say to Moses? He says, I know you're not arguing what I'm asking you to do. You're arguing with me because you're ashamed to talk. That insecurity has kept you silent. But Moses, I'm sending someone to help you with this. Your brother Aaron is helping you. In other words, you just need to talk to somebody who can make the decrees. You need a voice so that people know. We cannot allow your life, because of your shyness, because of your insecurity, because you have fear, you cannot allow your life to be ruled by someone else's words. That insecurity of Moses almost cost him his assignment. Listen to me. Listen to me. Your throne is in jeopardy. Your crown is in jeopardy. The robe is what you're covered in. You're covered in something that has a voice, whether you wear the crown or you sit on the throne. That robe is that covering of you that you take in every room that you go to. Every room. And that insecurity without a voice can cost you your assignment. It's not a speech problem. It's an identity problem. He believed in his limitation. He thought his limitation was louder than his calling. Your limitation is not louder than your calling. Forget the limitation and begin to speak the truth. It is really amazing how sometimes fear can mute the mighty. Are you so afraid that you're a mighty person, but you're so afraid that you're being cast down because you're not saying anything? You're mute now, but inside you know you're a mighty person. It is time to deal with that. I'm encouraging you to deal with that right now, today. Make a decision. Figure it out later. but make a decision. Because every time you hesitate to speak, you give permission to confusion to lead your situation. Your life's not being led by confusion because confusion is inevitable. Your life is being led by confusion because you're not speaking. You don't understand the power of your voice. So you're letting these insecurities run your life. Do you agree with me that today that needs to stop? That needs to end. That needs, period, point blank. Don't pass go. This is it. Chop it off. Make a decision right now today. I'm speaking strongly to you, and I mean it. Start to speak. Even in private, the universe hears you. Silence always benefits your enemy. Write it down. When you're silent, now you're benefiting your enemy. You're giving your enemy power. The enemy of debt, the enemy of sickness, the enemy of destroying your relationships, the enemy of your relationships, your health and your money run rampant when you're not speaking. You got to speak your own destiny. You got to let everybody around you and everything around you understand what you're here for and what you expect. Listen, how many meetings have you sat in? How many meetings have you sat in knowing you had the right idea, but you stayed quiet? How many conversations have you been in and you're like, hey, I have an idea. I think this might work. I should introduce it to the group. And you never said anything. You didn't say anything. And then months down the road, all the other ideas have failed. Maybe your idea would have failed too, but at least you would have said it. When you stay quiet, your ideas, your potential problem-solving ideas are never spoken. No one's ever thought about them, and they haven't decided on those decisions because you never said it. Write down one situation where you've been silent, but you needed to speak. Write that down for yourself. You don't have to share it with us. Write it down right now. Think about it right now. You remember that moment vividly, right? Now all those emotions are coming back because that idea was connected emotionally to you, spiritually to you, cognitively to you. It's a part of you, that incident, right? So now you have to decide right now. Don't wait. Make a decision. When that moment comes again, I am going to raise my voice with clarity. Even if everybody laughs, when that moment, when that opportunity circles back around, I'm going to use my voice with clarity, not apology. I am not king of their world. I'm king of my own. I'm king of my own ideas. I'm king of my own thoughts. I'm king of my own person. And I'm king of my voice. Even if everybody else laughs, I'm going to not apologize for who I am. That's what I'm saying. If I was going to say this, I was totally embarrassed once. I don't have the emotions of it anymore because I finally got over it. But I was at a meeting. There were colonels there. My first job in the military as a sports manager, civilian, I went to Korea. So now I'm in the room with three colonels. Three colonels are there, several majors in rank, several captains, NCOs, everybody's in the room. And we're preparing for this event. And I spoke up and said something in this meeting, right? I spoke up and said something, and the colonel in charge of the meeting says, and this young man thinks we don't know how to run these events. They all laughed at me. And I'm telling you, I have never been so embarrassed in my life. Never in my life. Now, I was invited into another meeting 6 months later with the same group, and some of them are reminding me of what I did in that last meeting, right? What did I do in that meeting? I spoke up again, but I spoke up learned. I spoke up from my perspective. I spoke up as a civilian in that room with other military leaders that I highly respect. And I said, perhaps this one nuance could change how we offer it. I said it, shaking in my boots, But the colonel said, Mr. Williams, That's not a bad idea. And then she turned to the major working with her and say, hey, write that down. We want to add that in our discussion once this meeting is over. Then later, she commended me on not taking it personally. And I said, no, Colonel, I did not take it personally. You taught me an awful lot. And then you gave me an opportunity to stand back up, even though I was shaking in my boots. That's a long analogy, but I'm telling you, all of us have it. Your voice is important. It doesn't have to make sense every time you talk, but you want to talk, even if it's to yourself. Got it? Fear doesn't silence you because you have nothing to say. Fear silences you because your words are dangerous to darkness. Darkness is afraid of your words. And being less confident can stop you up. You might say something that's a big mistake, but the next time you'll be ready. Trust your own ideas, decree over your own life. Put in the comments right now. Right now, put in the comments, what are you going to do next time you're in the situation? The next time I'm in the situation to give my voice, but I'm scared. I really screwed it up last time. I shouldn't have said it, right? But what are you going to do next time you're in that situation when you have an idea, you have a thought? What are you going to do? I hope you say, I'm going to be pre-studied, I'm going to be prepared, and I'm going to speak my voice. Or I might just ask a question. But I know my thoughts are very important and I'm going to start to share them. Thanks for watching. Go ahead and subscribe and go ahead and watch the next video.